efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It's time for a home technology makeover. And with special Labor Day savings on top name electronics, you can take your home, backyard, or tailgate to an all-new level. Choose from top name TVs like Sony, LG, and Samsung, including Samsung's popular frame TV that blends seamlessly into your decor. Experience game day throughout your entire home with a new audio system from Sonos, now with special Labor Day bundle savings. Transform your game day this Labor Day with the experts at Schaefer's.
The internet headache always starts in the contract. Buffering, hidden fees, connectivity problems, regular outages. What a pain in the asterisk. But there's a cure and a way to stay connected, headache-free with Allo Fiber. No contracts, no secret fees, no robots repeating the same thing over and over. Just fast-acting, painless internet, doctor's orders. Break free from fine print misery. Switch to Allo Fiber now to get real speed and support simplified. Visit allofiber.com/breakfree to switch today.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone here, and I'm really excited about going to this Saturday's car show at Honda of Lincoln. Here with me to tell you all about it is Andy Goodyear. Andy, I believe this is year 4 of this amazing show. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, this is our 4th year, and we are so excited. We call it the Power of Dreams, and we have all makes and models, from classic cars to late model vehicles.
Well, since you're a Honda dealer, Andy, do you lean towards Hondas?
We love seeing what people have done to Hondas and Acuras, but it's really opened up to all makes and models.
So what's the time and the cost of the showing?
It's from 11:30 to 3, and it's just $5 to enter your vehicle into the show, and the attendance is free to the public.
Can people see and drive the all-new electric Honda Prologue?
They sure can, Charlie. We have several here. We'll have them all opened up for people to look at and test drive.
We'll see you this Saturday at Honda of Lincoln, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Veterans, do you know what local, state, and federal benefits and services you're eligible to receive? Do you want help navigating the application or appeals process? Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. You've served our country, now let us serve you. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Oh!
It
You saw what happened.
You got a height, didn't you, Strick?
I had to ask him, is it clicky for Stricky or is it pop? He told me it was pop. And it did.
And I would give that like a 9, a 9.5 maybe.
I
think only the true 10s are like the champagne. Those really make the noise.
You landed that one. You know how the diver, goes up and the one that flops and all the water goes splashing? Yeah,
it doesn't splash when you get
that's
that,
what I'm
right?
saying.
You're right.
He landed it. You went straight in with the toes pointed and everything.
Kevin,
splash.
Kevin, have you ever seen somebody open up a champagne bottle and shoot themselves in the face?
I've seen videos.
Yeah.
There was one, I believe it was Christmas Eve, and we had too much wine, stayed up too late, decided to open one more bottle, and I decided to let it fly, and it ricocheted off the ceiling and hit my wife in the eye. So that was not my proudest
I
moment.
don't mean to laugh.
No, it it was funny at the time. I think
For
it
both of
actually
you?
hurt. Well, not so much for her, but and in full disclosure, we had no business opening up another bottle. It was like 2 a.m. at that point, and I trust me, I felt it the next day. That's for sure.
Were you feeling it more than your wife is feeling her eye?
I don't know. It was pretty close. All I know is that we went to the in-laws for Christmas Day, and they're like, "Oh, we're having Bloody Marys," and I just.
More importantly, whose idea was it to open the wine? Because then,
it was mine.
So then you got blamed for it. See, if you wouldn't have opened the wine, then you wouldn't have got.
True.
She wouldn't have got shot in the face.
Well, true, and but yeah, it was my dumb idea because I'm pretty full of the dumb ideas. But
there it is.
Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle, welcome in. What we got first?
Let's do the Bernstein beer Vienna Lager from Cross State Strain Brewing out of our friends up in good old Papillion, Nebraska. I'm fully embracing the fall beer mode. It's still August, I know, but football season's a week away. And so, how I always say, we want to will it into existence. I'm ready. I'm ready for the cooler temps. I'm ready for the fall weather. I'm ready for football and everything that entails. So we did an Oktoberfest last week, thought it was delicious, and decided to keep the train rolling.
The cross train
rolling. Yeah, that's right.
Like that.
Choo choo.
Chugga. Boiler it. No, just kidding.
I love the coloring. How much does a 6-pack go for this? This is pretty good.
These come in 4-packs. I want to say they're about $10.99 a 4-pack, 12 bucks, right around in there. 16-ounce cans. Traditional German style fest beer, just really good stuff. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever had a beer from them that I didn't like. They just really seem to hit them out of the park every time.
For me, it's good when you have that little.
It's nice. Yeah, it's good.
See, when I drink it,
this would go great with a bratwurst.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You eat bratwurst, Strick?
I eat a brat.
Do you have sauerkraut on yours?
I don't put sauerkraut.
Yeah, you don't. Then you ain't for real. You just.
I will put it on there, but I don't.
If you don't do it,
I like to put onions.
You ever had a Chicago dog?
With yeah, don't they put the not coleslaw, but the
they put cucumbers and stuff on the Chicago.
The relish and the pickle.
Yeah, I know you had a Chicago dog.
Oh yeah.
In the house.
You ain't had them North Carolina joints where they put the coleslaw on.
Yes, I have. They mighty tasty. And it might be mighty tasty with this drink right here. From Cross Strand Brewing in Papillion.
When were you first introduced to Cross Strain?
Probably when they first started canning and releasing their beers to retail outlets. I imagine it was probably close to 10 years ago now. And their Fairy Nectar is kind of an OG Nebraska IPA, and for the longest time that was my beer of choice, was IPAs. And now I seem to just am gravitating more toward the lager, something a little cleaner, a little lighter, less hoppy, and just something that you don't have to think too much about.
Kevin, how long does it take? So just say me and Strick decided we're going to make the Stricky and J lager. How long from idea to market does it take? If we started we're like, hey, we're going to start a brewing company or whatever.
We got a back room over there.
Yeah.
So.
Now, do you already have all your equipment and all that stuff? You're ready to go. You got your recipes, you got your ingredients, you got your equipment, you're ready to brew.
Yeah, we got on Google, got a recipe.
Right.
Then we just added one little thing, so now it's our recipe.
Cool.
How long from start to finish?
So this is a lager, and so they're cold fermented. They take longer, 6 to 8 weeks to fully ferment out a lager. Ales are warm fermented, and so they can kick those out in a week. And so your ales, your IPAs, your beers of that nature don't take nearly as long. And so you would think they would be less expensive because they take less tank time, but it's kind of goes the other way. Those lagers are more time consuming. They occupy the space for a longer period. The other thing is that if in a traditional German beer, they have what's called the German purity law, and there's only 4 things you can put in beer. It's grains, hops, yeast, and water, and that's it. And so when you simplify it down to its basic, most common denominators like that, and it takes 6 to 8 weeks to ferment out, there's nothing there to cover up your mistakes. So you got to have your stuff dialed up. And but when it's done right and done well, it's among the best there is.
There it is.
So then what differentiates
10 weeks.
these German beers under their laws? Is it where the grain is grown? Does it take on a different flavor? Does the equipment, how old or new it is, give it different flavors? How do you differentiate?
I don't think that they say where the grain has to be grown. They just said it has to be grain. So, you can use you can use wheat. They do that. They call it a Hefeweizen, or that's the unfiltered wheat, or just a Weizen is the wheat beer.
Like bison?
Yeah, except it's WEI and they pronounce it like a V,
like Volkswagen.
Like Volkswagen, yeah.
It's Volkswagen.
And then
Volkswagen.
and then they do lagers, and then when they roast the malts and make a darker beer, they call it a dunkel, which just means
dunkel.
Yeah. And but it still has to follow that German purity law.
I need to go there.
You should go down. Go to Munich.
You going to Germany?
I think I want to go to Germany.
Go to Germany.
I really do want to go.
Go to Munich during Oktoberfest. I've heard it's just a blast.
Is it?
Oh, just an absolute blast. And it starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 2 a.m.
I want to go when it's nice.
I mean, it's fall. It's, Oktoberfest. So late September, early October.
Düsseldorf. Get on the Autobahn.
Munich is...
Get on the Autobahn?
I've been over there before.
57 degrees in October.
57?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it is here.
A little nippy for Stricky.
Something like that, yeah. You want to?
I think he wants the sippy for Stricky.
Sippy for Stricky. Yeah, so I've got Jay on my left. I've got Stricky on my right.
Hey, that's ruby red. That's ruby red, Stricky. Come on,
kick her on down.
Come on.
Don't be stingy on it, man.
Take one down. Pass it around.
You got the whole bottle.
Man, you unbelievable. I thought Jay was on my team.
Stricky always gets alligator arms when it comes to passing the red wine.
Wait a minute. What we got? Ducky in here? Ducky for Chucky?
Jay's making his glass vibrate while he's just aerating. He
don't know how to do this though.
Yeah. He's just using the countertop to cheat a little bit.
Jay don't know how to see the legs.
I'm looking at him right now. There's 4 of them, but I only need
4-legged wine.
This wine looks awesome. Onoro Vera.
Correcto mundo.
Estricla knows is Spanish.
This is a Tempranillo. So it's a Spanish red wine.
Yo!
And
they go Tempranillo. They don't say with a T.
Well,
Spanish
it depends.
Say
it depends on what.
Hontoro.
But that is a T. Just to let you know, that is a T though.
It just depends on what part. Because, the golfer like Jose Maria Olazabal, where they lift everything, that's Catalonian. Other parts, they don't do that. So,
well, what part is this from? The north of the
This is Rioja. And the flagship grape of Rioja is Tempranillo. Mm-hmm. Comes from the Spanish word temprano, which means early. Because it ripens early. That's right. Yeah. And the thing,
something, man.
Yeah, Stricky, you're a worldly guy, man. You always impress me with it doesn't matter what I've said or where I've been. You've been there and seen the fall foliage change.
I don't know about that. I only have one phone and I haven't traveled much, but Jay's been all around the world. And I'm just trying to be like him.
The thing I love about Spanish
Which one
wines.
you took the golf trip to Thailand again?
Cap. I don't know what you're talking about. Jay has been to the Far East. Tell the truth.
Where's that? What's that?
What is? Been to China and Taiwan.
I have not.
That's Cap. Anyway, let's keep going. What were you saying? Tempranillo.
Tempranillo. So overall, to me,
Austin tried to shake me again.
The Spanish wines offer some of the best values in the wine marketplace in the world. You can about throw a dart at any Spanish wine, and chances are you're going to like it, and it's going to punch above its weight class. I think these are under $15 every day, $13.99.
That's a Strix pick.
That is a Strix pick.
Listen, my boy, I'm coming next week.
All right.
I need those like we always do. Stricky goes up to Myers Corking Bottle.
You're going to be there next week?
Yeah, early in the week.
Okay, just making sure.
I won't be there, but you can phone the shop and they'll pull them for you.
Strix pick on Noro Vera.
Yeah.
Hey, you need this.
And
you need this in your registrar.
The thing that I like about
Yeah.
These Spanish wines that have a little bit of a smoky paprika spice on the back end. And that really relates well to anything off the grill. Jay knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And then also it goes really well with Spanish and Mexican style food too, because they use a lot of cumin and paprika and whatnot. So it's got a little bit of that heat to it.
Tacos, nachos.
Yeah, tacos, nachos, enchiladas, something like this goes perfect with that. Enchiladas.
Yeah. Have you ever had the one with the corn where they take it off the corn? Help me. Sutter Heyman, Texas.
Talking tamales?
They take it off the corn and then they put
You
some
talking
hot sauce.
Elote?
Elote.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I do
Is that
at
your
home.
favorite Mexican dish?
One of them.
We got to go around the table. Favorite Mexican dish?
I like fajitas. I'm simple.
I like fajitas too.
I'm a fajita guy, but I think
I like burritos.
I like enchiladas.
I like
with the red
burrito.
sauce.
A good fat burrito.
What about you, Austin?
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Okay.
No.
Quesadilla.
The white man's taco.
Big burrito guy.
Big burrito guy. All right.
Mother if you must.
All right. Very good.
That does go.
How much does a bottle of that go for, Kevin?
These are $13.99 every day.
Strix pick
Yeah,
all day.
both of them. Oh yeah, those are great value.
I need about 3 of those.
We're
Dang.
like I said,
Yeah, that's a fact.
we're willing it into existence. Something like this would go really, really well with
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Jay, are you a Blackstone guy?
A good T-bone.
So
From where?
The Mercado.
The Mercado.
It go
Straight
really well
T-bone
with that
from
too.
Mercado. Yeah.
But if you got a Blackstone, chop up some onions, some peppers, some jalapenos, chicken, beef, and you just stir fry all that together. Get your tortillas nice and flashed, and you
on
put a
there,
little
right?
burn on
Yeah.
there, yeah, and some cheese, and wrap all that up in a
Yeah.
wine like this would be tip top.
Big grill guy.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Hey, before we get out of here too, we have our bet.
We have a bet.
We we're having a conversation
Right.
last week, right?
Right.
40, 510 for Thomas Fedoni.
Right. 40
Okay.
catches, 500 yards, 10 tutties was my prediction. And if it's anything short of that, I feel like he'd be underutilized. And
Jay looking
Austin,
at him like he crazy.
Jay
might be thinking I'm crazy.
Okay.
Austin thinks he's more of an upper level role player. I think he's a difference maker in a matchup problem.
So we
we
put
have a bet.
2 6-packs
Yep.
and 2 stakes on it.
Right.
And we were asked to arbitrate if he doesn't play in all 12 games with he has to play in 9 games. for the
9 game
bet
minimum.
to
If
go.
he plays any less than 9 games, then all bets are off.
It's true.
Yep.
If he plays at least 9, but 9, 10, or 11, not all 12 games, do we get to count the per game stats or the total stats? We arbitrated on air on the happy hour.
Yes.
Judges Sainert and Alvarez Clary decided that hit the totals.
Hit the total.
Hit the totals.
Doesn't matter as long
Not
as he
per
play
game.
as long as he plays 9
9 or
games.
more games.
The
Gotta
total.
hit 500
Yep.
and
All right.
40 catches.
But it's only 2 out of the 3 categories.
I'll give you 2 out of the 3.
Right. So
I'll
he
do
doesn't have to hit all 3. It's 2 out of the 3.
Correct.
I can see that. The touchdowns might be hard just because they got they got a lot of depth in receiver and probably will be able to run the ball the more like conventional run game. But I can see him getting, if he's healthy, 40 catches, and I mean it's just 10 yards a catch. I mean a little bit over 10 yards. I mean I
Right.
can see that.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'd like to see him get
It's about 3 catches per game and about
Yeah.
12 yards
Yeah,
per
I
I
can see
think
that.
he's still Cottonelle.
I think you're wrong. I think he's an absolute
No, I
specimen.
think he would be. I think that I can see it.
So I'd
Well, I
like
hope
I'd
so,
like to
so I can
see
sit in here and say excellent.
I would like to see 3 legit targets a game and then half a dozen you're
It's
in
your
trouble,
turn.
you're scrambling, he finds a hole underneath type of a thing. So, 5-6 targets a game, 3-4 catches a game, 1 tutty a game, 50 yards a game. If you do the math, it comes out.
I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from.
All right.
He ain't
There you
Brock
go.
Bowers. Stop it.
I'm not. We're not asking me Brock Bowers. That guy was getting 10, 12 targets a game and putting up 120, 150 yards a game and 2 tutties. We're just asking to be half Brock Bowers, so it'd just be Brock.
No, man. Did you go out to the Peru? You do travel a lot. Did you go onto the cave?
You think I've
Have a high
like on a ayahuasca? No, man. I just think the
Sheesh.
guy is due. He's
I
due.
hope so.
He
Listen,
is due.
I really do hope so, Uncle Kevy. I really hope so. But what I saw last year, I was just like, I was off. I was off.
Well, the
Because
whole
it was-
offense was off, and so there was just no organization to it, and we couldn't protect the quarterback, and it was just so. Hopefully, we have
think you've been
personnel in place that we can run our offense the way it's supposed to be run. We can get the ball out of Raiola's hands quickly. We can play proper down and distance, and we can execute a proper running game, which would then free up a play action. And so if it works the way it's supposed to, it should be cake. Now, it hasn't worked in 15 years or more. And so, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid by any stretch, but it's what I would like to see.
You're drinking your favorite wine from Myers Cork and Bottle.
That's right.
That's who you are. Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle. Terms officially laid out. We have drank well. As always, Uncle Kev, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Old School DP&J next.
You're listening to Old School with DP&J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Are you ready to join a family-owned local company that values innovation, integrity, and excellence? Look no further than Lincoln Industries. They're hiring for first and third shift production roles, as well as multiple engineering and sales positions. Whether you're an engineer ready to design groundbreaking solutions or a sales professional eager to connect with clients, they've got a place for you. Come join their family. Visit www.lincolnindustries.com for more information.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers this morning, then probably sunny skies. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 83. Tonight, probably cloudy with showers and storms possible late. See a low around 66. And tomorrow, a chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies, with the high near 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Happy hour.
Sipple and I walked by the offensive line. Sipple made a comment, man, you just think that like the opportunity at generational wealth would make you want to get out there. And I thought about that with a lot of these guys, whether it's mentality purposes or their willingness to get their body right,
compete.
Just overall.
Off the field, off the court, in the classroom, it's a competition. I mean, you've heard the quote, if you're not working, there's somebody else who is working.
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
September 17th, 1994 was the first what? Let me think for a second.
Game against UCLA, number 13 UCLA in town. College game day was here, but that's not what he's talking about.
I played in that game. I had a couple carries in that game. You me give it to you? Please give it to me. September 17th, 1994 was the first year of the tunnel walk, and it has been going on for 3 decades later. I was there, but you don't. It was a blur. It was all a dream.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, old school in the building? I want to thank Kevin Meyer Coke and Bottle coming by on every, aka Eric Strickland holiday, Thirsty Thursday, blessing us with his knowledge and brought in some great options there for Meyer Coke
Hey,
and
Jay,
Bottle.
can you do that walk right there?
No, that needs to be copyrighted right there because he is
Black Uncle walk.
Listen, he is rocking that walk, rain, sleet, or snow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's in.
But coming live from 1040 O Street, we're old school, brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients butcher shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 84th and Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Beautiful day out today, with a little chilly, I guess, for Nebraska standards, but it's warmed up and it's pretty a nice day. So, anyways, a lot going on, obviously, in the sports arena. We have a position. What we're going to talk about today is a couple positions that are most important. Obviously, besides the quarterback and the obvious, I think there, in my opinion, there's a couple rooms that have a lot of opportunity, but then also some pressure, and the pressure is only will be based on if somebody doesn't step up or guys don't step up and play to their capabilities. But more importantly, the evil empire up there in Iowa City, their head coach is suspended for one game for, I guess, let's just say recruiting violations with Cade McNamara. The question I posed to DP in Austin is, does he regret it, or does he have some regret based on the injury, which injuries with Cade, you can't control that, but the lack of spark and production that Cade McNamara hasn't shown, both in the little clips that we've seen, but then also from the people that cover the team, it has not been all that advertised. The second question is, how much longer do you think Kirk Ferentz lasts in this day and age of college football, considering his son was shown the door? It has changed, and Iowa. This will affect a team like Iowa because they aren't a regional or national brand, and also they aren't in the Big Ten West anymore. It's a free for all.
Would we like to hear 68 seconds of Kirk Ferentz in his own words from today?
Would we?
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, 68
because
seconds.
Listen, I guarantee you, he's going to say a lot without saying anything.
Here's 68 seconds of Kirk Ferentz apologizing today.
Yeah.
Kirk Ferentz.
Hey, man, you got to give him credit. He stood up and I won't say fell on the sword, or he just, obviously took responsibility for it and was clear. And look, I mean, you can't, look, I don't fault him. I mean, look, he messed up. He knows he did it. He got caught, I guess, per se. And I doubt he called the NCAA and said, hey, I did this. I think he obviously got caught. Level 2 is obviously it is serious. It's not like obviously show cause, and it's only one game. And I think the most interesting thing out of that is who's going to take over that game. I would have thought it was going to be Woods. That's what I would have thought.
So the guy that they said was going to take over was promoted to associate head coach last year.
I understand that, but when you had the whole issue with the weight coach and all the other issues, and the guy that's really stayed there when he could have went to other jobs, he's your recruiting coordinator. He's one of your best linebackers ever to step foot on campus. He's worked his way up, and for Iowa, the optics, in my opinion, I would have thought it would be Woods, but I mean, he obviously is gonna, promote whoever he needs to.
I'm looking at this in a couple of ways. One, the Nebraska Husker perspective is cool. They've got stuff going on. They've got stuff to deal with. For the first time in a long time, I can say I'm impressed by Iowa having answers, because they're not an answer kind of program. They're kind of one-off island unto themselves, doing it their way, and then telling everybody to stand back and watch what we do. The politics are interesting because your next guy is lurking.
Yeah, and he's the co-defensive coordinator. Parker is essentially the defense. He's essentially the head coach. I mean, that's the.
Is there a bid? Is there a war going on? Is there?
I think when Ferentz leaves, Parker either leaves and he goes somewhere else.
If Parker was Jim Leonard, there's a war.
Yeah, I think Parker's fine where he's at. He's very comfortable where he's at. I just find it. Look, when you get caught like this and you're still employed, and with the new AD, hey, look, I don't think it was as uncomfortable when like essentially like Trev like pretty much dragged Scott up there by his ear, right?
Yeah,
and tell him to get up here and talk. So that's fine, right? And you're right, DP. Like I gave you some answers. They couldn't give you much, but hey, we messed up. The thing that is most interesting to me, that it's your co-defensive coordinator and the guy that it was assumed if or when Ferentz left within the next 4 or 5 years, he would be at the forefront to be their head coach. He's a special teams coordinator. We've seen special teams coordinators in the NFL be great head coaches because they have to coach everybody, every single position on the team.
Didn't John Harbaugh start?
Exactly. Yeah. And so right. So, and the thing of with Iowa, with some of their issues, obviously in the past with, African-American players, Wood was there on the forefront. And it seemed like Kurt Ferentz was kind of molding him to potentially take over maybe down the road. Now, granted, with his son being kind of shown the door rather quickly, who knows? Wallace might be the co-defensive coordinator, but who has really the ear and the pulse of that team? I'd be willing to bet, besides Parker, from Woods, from offense, defense, and the core special teams guys, I would say him. That's the most interesting thing because, number one, you feel like they're going to beat Illinois State, right? So and you, we could just drive up there and coach the team. In. So if you really are trying to get somebody ready to go, it would see to Woods because Parker's the defensive coordinator. The co-defensive coordinator, obviously just in title, is the next guy that's going to be the head coach, acting head coach. That is, to me, that's the biggest thing out of those.
What was the community response to them naming this? Right? Are Iowa fans happy with this? Because here's when you make a change at coach, or start to consider making a change at coach for whatever reason, right, retirement or otherwise. Nebraska, when Devaney left, there was a thing you wanted to make sure you had in the next coach. When Coach Osborne steps down, there's a thing that you want to take care of first as the priority, and then everything else. What does this say about Iowa? That this may be the next direction and the person you trust the most to hold things and keep the house safe.
The two biggest Iowa Twitter accounts that I know have a combined one response to the tweet that says Seth Wallace will be acting head coach, and it's from an Iowa State fan pumping up Iowa State.
Of course.
So I don't know if Iowa fans have the needle moved for them.
That's
right now.
the statement, right? That maybe it isn't. Because, just for the sake of discussion, if Matt Rule was to miss a game, who's the guy? Right? Because it's a statement of, hey, we would all imagine immediately, quickly that it's Tony White because he's the next head coach in line.
Yeah, potentially.
Right?
But then also on the flip side, Marcus Satterfield has been a head coach before.
That's why I asked.
And Foley had fit when Matt Rule left Temple to go to Baylor, he stayed at Temple and he coached the bowl, or Foley coached the bowl game. So there's more options. I think it's more interesting, DP, at Iowa because of LeVar Woods has been a player.
Mm-hmm.
He went and played a little bit in the pros and came and worked his way up through Iowa. Just the dynamics of his tenure there is a little bit different than here because of the longevity of. I mean, you got to think also. Let's not minimize. Parker would be my choice, right? Wouldn't you think Parker would?
But then you said, but tell me why? Because that why is the thing.
Because he's the equivalent to he's not. I don't think he's in the same category, or at least I hold him as that same high regard. Well, for number one, I never played for him as Coach McBride, but his tenure with Ferentz is along the same lines. So there's two ways to think of it. Number one, Phil Parker is so great at his job, and I know he just got dinged up in camp. But he's so good at his job, you don't want to take him away from being a coordinator. But I think essentially he is essentially like a co-head coach, and he's spent so much time with Ferentz that it wouldn't take away from him being a head coach for a game. Then if you do have a co-defensive coordinator, which you're there for, then he would be calling the defense. Now you're actually leapfrog the guy that's the code defense, and essentially it's the 1B or like 2A defensive coordinator. There's only one D coordinator there. He's leapfrogging the guy that has the look. You got to think, Phil Parker has probably accompanied Ferentz to some donor meetings. Fans love him. The players, respect him and revere him both on every side of the ball. He's a figurehead there. He's the guy.
We talk about coaches and administrators and leaders having their right hand man. Parker almost feels like the right index finger. Like he's that important,
right?
To Kirk Ferentz.
I mean, but this is how these decisions show up, and comfort in the decision. That to make the decision and then say, "Whew, that's a good decision," or that makes sense, is a sign that there is some control in place. There's some standard in place. And they've been building up to it. This is not.
Yeah, this isn't new. This isn't like a.
There's no willy-nilly decision making going on in Iowa.
Well, I look at it a little bit different. Like how Woods is like, and it's only one game, and what it's the perception that is a lot bigger to us is just because I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. I'm assuming he wants to be even a coordinator at the major Division I level, or even at Iowa. I'm sure he'd love to be a head coach. So he's maybe looking at this would be an opportunity just to kind of get your feet wet. Now, maybe he's not ready for it. And maybe Wallace is ready for it. I just find it by my estimation, and when you look at you can't count the offensive coordinator there because he ain't even probably closed on his house yet. So you got to think when you start to rank the guys, for me, it would be Parker would be number one for sure. And then you'd skip 2. And then to me, 3A would be Woods. And 3B would be Wallace. 3B went over 1. But, I'm assuming that he had a staff meeting about it, and they're all – and Iowa, look, all those guys have been around each other. They'll tell the company line, and it's a little bit easier game to accept it. It's Illinois State. Now, the problem is, like we mentioned, your quarterback isn't quarterbacking. And that offense isn't offensing. a close game against Illinois State can have a little bit of lingering effects, not only for this decision, but how the season could start and then also finish for a team like Iowa.
It's also that statement that if that can be true, then you have some other issues anyway.
Right.
Like you wouldn't go, hey, Matt Rule's not going to coach against UTEP, and you expect UTEP to be a problem. No, if UTEP was going to be a problem,
they were going to be a problem.
They were going to be a problem, and there's some other stuff.
But then it's magnified based on this, because then the players are like, oh, maybe we weren't as inspired or whatever, and who knows? And that's not taking anything away from Wallace. But it's interesting coming out of Iowa City. We're going to take a quick break, have a quick segment. We all give you our opinions on how long Ferentz will continue. He's still got energy, so we saw him at Big Ten, and he's definitely invested. How long do we think he's going to continue to coach, and or does he have a little bit of buyer's remorse, considering that he's missing a game and the quarterback hasn't even played a game, and let alone when he did play, wasn't very good. Quick break. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories, celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250-plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Link to Literacy is gearing up for our second annual Wordstock event at Antelope Park on Saturday, August 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is a community-wide book swap with a festival feel located near the playground with a free bookstore in the enclosed shelter. It's fun for the entire family and for all ages. You'll enjoy food trucks, live music, kids' activities, a reading corner with celebrity authors and narrators, and of course, free books for all kids and adults. Go to linktoliteracy.org to get the full story and then make plans to attend Wordstock.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Quick segment before we get to the 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman, old school. The question is, does Kirk Ferentz, obviously, if you haven't heard in the last segment, 1-game suspension in reference to the recruitment of Cade McNamara, who is now their starting quarterback, healthy through spring and rehab from last year's unfortunate injury, which followed up the season-ending injury in the when he was a Michigan Wolverine. But the little snippets that you see him in practice does not look very good. The word out of camp is he has not found his rhythm to when he was the starting quarterback for Michigan, which seems like a decade ago. So for a coach that, by his own words, in 26 years, I think being a head coach has never had an NCAA violation or a hiccup like this.
Wait, can we pump the brakes on that?
Oh,
Because
I was just about to talk that, but go
Caden
right
Proctor?
ahead. Yeah. That's first of all, Caden Proctor is not what I was thinking about, Austin. I was talking about the weight coach. That's more importantly. Okay, that's probably at the forefront than Caden Proctor coming there and get a homeboy hookup and leaving, and he dropped the dime.
And Kirk didn't know about that? Okay.
No, he's got a team.
Don't know
man.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Does he have a little bit of buyer's remorse, considering that up to date McNamara hasn't panned out?
No, I think that's the hill he's willing. It's
just part of the deal.
Yeah, it's so one of him. Like McNamara's one. Like he would have. I would almost bet McNamara is more his favorite than his son. Just
he does have that perfect
right,
hair,
like
he does look like a like a Kirk Ferentz, like a little cousin.
Yeah, like no, we okay. He mind. He'll hold him close to his bosom, and it's okay, McNamara. It's okay. Don't pay no attention to those mean people. So yeah, I think he's aware. One, Ferentz is in control of everything.
Yeah.
Right, and so to say that he didn't know or doesn't know.
Well, I think he just said he knows. So he just don't want to tell you what he knows.
Well,
I like that though. That he can hold water, boy.
Well,
That's who you want to rob a bank with.
Like, have we fully accepted the level of OG gangster Kirk Ferentz really is?
Oh yeah.
Like, have we acknowledged that he managed in the middle of the country to plant roots and then plant a flag in the most gangster, untouchable, Teflon sort of way? Because I was not an easy place to do it in this day and age.
Yeah, and the thing is that you got to give him a lot of respect. He's recruited very well. He's developed really well, and he must be doing something as a head coach that they don't get a lot of turnover. Like guys like the guys like coaching for him and with him. And I've visited. I went to Iowa on a visit. It's a bigger and it's a better campus than people give it credit for. But for him, earlier in his career when he was having some moderate success, he was always up for the NFL jobs, and because he came from Jacksonville and he's been up for Jacksonville job, but he's done an outstanding job. I mean, he's easily the best coach ever in Iowa, and he's one of the best coaches in the Big Ten or the modern Big Ten or previous Big Ten, I should say.
And it still does we can still say we don't like him. We don't like him and don't like them.
There's nothing really not to like about it. He's just annoying. And here's why he's annoying. Because if I was an opposing coach and he looks over and he has that Robert De Niro smirk on his face, like when he mocked Frost with the clapping and stuff like, what are we playing golf? And he's a pretty big dude. So he's a dude that you'd like to Jim Harbaugh slap him on the back. There's nothing really. You got to respect him.
You can respect
him. I don't like some of the stuff he does.
I don't like
but I'm telling you.
And said it to his face.
Sitting down and talking to him at the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And it changed my perspective on him. I don't know if I'd send my son there, but I definitely.
You almost sent yourself there.
You wasn't the coach.
No, he was smarter than that. He was smarter than that.
I would have went there if they gave me that Kansas State treatment, though. Kansas State gave me
There's always a way, Foreman. There's always a way.
They had the Mr. T starter kit, but I was like, nah, I was too scared. Scared money didn't make any money, Austin. What do you think, Austin?
I think he coaches as long as he wants to.
I think they need him to, too.
I think so as well. I think if Iowa wins 9+ games each of the next 3 years, they can get maybe a better hire than we're expecting if they choose to go outside the family. I don't know if Beth Getz will do that necessarily. I still think LeVar Woods is probably the first option to take over. I think he jumps Wallace for all the reasons you mentioned before. But this is why I thought Wisconsin's move to go get Fickle was so fascinating. Because I think Wisconsin and getting Fickle tried to position itself better for the new era of the Big Ten in college football, whereas Iowa, with its moves and lack of moves, seems content to be itself forever.
Yeah, and obviously with Paul Chryst, the big knock on him was he refused to recruit, and then also the academic issues of getting guys in, then also the assistant coaches pool, which Iowa doesn't have working against him. It will be interesting to see how long he coaches. He's got the energy for it. He's got the mind for it, and I would tell you, he's definitely, got a way about him that no matter the talent that he has on his team, they're going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. They're a hard team to, knock out, but
he can coach.
He can coach.
Still a jerk, but he can coach.
Yeah. I mean, I never had I would say him, him,
You're
PJ,
Jay Foreman.
him and
You're
PJ Fleck.
He ain't going to bother you.
But I when he sat down, here's what I would say this. Some coaches that I thought that would have sat down with us based on who we brought out there, stroll right past us.
Yeah.
In particular, Mel Tucker is highly disappointed.
Well, Sean scared him.
That is true. Now, you know what?
Yeah.
I take that back.
Yeah.
That's on Rashawn.
Yeah.
And he did James Franklin. So those are the two I expected to sit. But I will tell you, I did not expect Kirk Ferentz to sit down. And he
really wanted
and he got off schedule and sat down. So for that alone, I'm going to show him some love. And
Texter, we know he's better. Like, we know he's successful. Doesn't mean that I have to like him. He's a winner. He's a winner. But he's also Iowa.
He's a head coach. You don't need to like him. You can respect him.
Yeah. I'll still boo him, and I don't even boo. He might be the most booable coach in the Big Ten.
I mean, you got to think for LeVar Woods, though. He's been there since 2008. I'm looking at administrative assistant, linebackers coach, special teams, tight end special teams, where he coached numerous first-round picks, and then also special teams coordinator and tight end, right? So then he flipped him, or tight ends coach, now just special teams coordinator. Since 2008.
Parker got there in 99.
Had to explain to people. You're not getting.
But I'm just saying.
Ferentz is not getting respect from me. They can win a national title. I'm not going to give him respect.
Well, I ain't got to worry. Iowa ain't never going to win no national title. But I can respect I can respect his hustle.
Yeah. I mean, you can ask.
Yeah.
You can ask me to respect him, but
I can respectfully kick your butt, and that's what we need to do. Give you all the respect in the world while we come down to Iowa City and just break you off.
Yes. Get him, Jay Foreman.
Yeah. So
get him.
Yeah. Get you with the ghost of Mark Whipple.
Sitting
in the. Remember, he was sitting there, didn't even dap up with the players. He's like, yeah. Mark Whipple was like, yeah, I'll be on this flight tomorrow to Phoenix.
When in your crib took the trophy.
Yeah, Mark Whipple said, listen, I got a broke leg and everything, but I'm gonna be in Phoenix tomorrow though.
Celebrated at your house.
Good job, guys. Send everybody a text message. I'll see you later. Nice working with you. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you ready to join a family-owned local company that values innovation, integrity, and excellence? Look no further than Lincoln Industries. They're hiring for first and third shift production roles, as well as multiple engineering and sales positions. Whether you're an engineer ready to design groundbreaking solutions or a sales professional eager to connect with clients, they've got a place for you. Come join their family. Visit www.lincolnindustries.com for more information.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers this morning, then partly sunny skies. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 83. Tonight, partly cloudy with showers and storms possible late. See a low around 66. And tomorrow, a chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies with the high near 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutch for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Do you have gently used books just waiting to be given new life in the hands of new readers? Linked to Literacy can help. We're gathering books for our second annual Wordstock event at Antelope Park on August 24th. It's a community-wide book swap where people can shop for free books and enjoy fun activities. From now until August 19th, you can drop off your book donations at several locations throughout Lincoln. So gather up books for both kids and adults and find a collection site near you at linktoliteracy.org. Then plan to join the fun on August 24th.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
5 o'clock hour, Jay Foreman, DP Austin, live in effect from 1040 O Street, The Ticket, the Mecca of Sports Radio in this great state of Nebraska and the capital city of Lincoln. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients at Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 84th and Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Kurt Ferentz was big and heavy in the first couple segments, but we are going to move on to just a little bit of Husker football, and obviously with Dylan being named the starter, I'm assuming eventually the team will start to look towards UTEP. Obviously, camp is either broken or will break pretty soon. Obviously, with school starting, it just comes to it's obviously a pretty competitive camp. But I started to think of a couple position groups or rooms, however you want to look at it, opportunity versus pressure to step up and collectively or individually play well so they can have a positive impact on the season. Before you guys give yours, the two that I have, pretty much the two position groups that look at each other the most in a practice. And I would say the linebacker position and the running back position, just because they are the two groups that don't have the perceived known factors yet. I think I have a good idea based on last year, like a running back room, I think Emmett, and if Gabe's healthy with Ramir and Dante Dowdell, I like that mix, as far as what Coach Rule and their identity is. You have a different body types, running styles. I think they can do that, but still nobody's really had a lot of experience. I don't ever use a lack of experience against players just because I'm probably more biased because I had to go from zero experience to getting experience. The other position is inside linebacker. Now that in a 3-3-5, it's kind of just two, I think, because the one is like a jack, where he's kind of playing, on the ball a lot. And they play different versions of it. And let's be honest, there's a lot of nickel defense, so too, which, I think Bullock coming back. Obviously, Javen is out indefinitely, but hopefully he's able to come back at some point in time. But I think the guy that really stepped up last year on the sneak and came really in the first game against Minnesota on special teams is Micaiah Bear. I think he's number one, which with Coach, Corey, the weight coach, he changed his body last year. He looks totally different than he did before. And that's you got to give him props as far as him being dedicated and embracing whatever the new regime is. And then also for the weight staff to finding a plan that's obviously been able to, affect him in a positive way. But more importantly, give it up to the staff of Coach White and where they came in. And if you do what you need to do and you compete and make plays, they'll find a role. And as you continue to do things in a positive fashion, you could earn some playing time. Now you got to think he made one play or one like bigger play on special teams on the road at Minnesota. I think he did the same thing against Colorado. Somebody might got dinged up, and then next thing you know, he's playing regular defense and led the team in tackles. Then you saw him periodically, at some pretty good lengths at different positions. So I think that experience helps him. I will say the two that I mentioned, they have got to start the season out well because even though you got Shavers coming, he's still inexperienced. So you want to make his transition as smooth and easy as possible, but then also they want to play well. So my two groups, kind of the same, like looking at each other, looking at the same. You got a ton of opportunity and pressure. You got options and no answers yet, and we'll see what those answers are as the season goes. But I think those two position groups, when they look at each other, both have the same, potential and I guess pressure. And I only view pressure as when you're not prepared. And I figure they'll be prepared.
I'm gonna circle this now and repeat it all season long. Nebraska has to be excellent at big boy, fat man football.
Right.
Like they just have to be exceptional up front. Like, and it doesn't, you can have all the skill position guy, all the divas and all the playmakers. But if your big boys aren't dominant in the Big Ten Conference, you're going to struggle.
Right.
It gets more difficult. You have to win from the middle of the field out. That's just football, especially Big Ten football. So tell me that the big boys defensively find their footing. Tell me that they become dominant. Tell me they become line of possession, line down and distance removers. They need to be special up front. And then offensively, from the middle of the offensive line out, they have to protect their playmakers. They have to do it. So everybody else, linebackers, they'll do as well as the big fat guys up front, let them be. Defensive backs, if there's pressure up front getting home at 4, there's more DBs back there to pick people off, and the linebackers can make plays in space. That's what I want to see.
Austin?
Offensively, y'all left me the layup, quarterback.
Yeah, it was
if
every,
it's better,
it was,
the team will be better.
It was
if
every
it's not
position.
better, the team will not be better.
It was every position but quarterback. I'm sorry to tell you.
Okay,
well, we'll get but hey, listen, considering your quarterback Anthony Richardson got punked by Cam Taylor-Britt and company in a co-practice, I'll let that slide because he
got punked. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, non-quarterback.
Because I feel sorry for you.
Fine.
I feel sorry for you. Though.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I have
you won't be
empathy
feeling
for you.
sorry for me come week 1, but that's okay. We'll circle back to that. Yeah, offensive line, running backs would be the first two for me. I'll be different, say wide receivers, right? Nebraska looked like it was on the right path last year with what you got from Jalen Lloyd. Malachi Coleman had his moments here or there. But you got two legit go-to guys, I think, in Banks and Nair, as long as they both stay healthy. So, yes, line has to protect. Yes, run game has to be better. I'm the kid that'll throw it 400 times in a Madden game. So I would like to see Nebraska pass to set up the run. I think that's kind of Satterfield's goal. Pass, score points, run at the end of games to ice it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on defense, I'm going to go the jack linebacker spot specifically. I know the inside linebacker 2 is unsettled. There's a competition there. But Nebraska hasn't had that playmaking kind of outside linebacker that's a versatile piece that can put a hand in the dirt and rush, that can stand up and rush. They can drop into coverage, make a play, that's pursuing on the far side and making a play. It's been a minute. I know Princeville had a decent, start to his career last year. Does he step up? We'll see. MJ Sherman, is there more in that tank? Or I know a guy that a lot have been excited about on the inside linebacker spot is Vincent Shavers out of the state of Florida. But what about Willis McGahee IV? There's bloodlines there. There's athleticism there. The staff brought him in for this jack position. If he's ready to make an impact as a freshman, you got to win games this year. Put him on the field. Let him make plays if he's ready.
Yeah, it's a catch-22, but I think, they've done a good job recruiting and stuff, and I like that. I didn't really think of Jack, but I think if MJ takes a step, just being familiar, comfortable, I think for him, it's just getting in where you can really just kind of, sigh or, just kind of release a deep breath that, you're not in that pressure cooker of Georgia where you can get caught up in that gray area of being not super young, not super old, but right in the middle. I think here he's, found a home and he seems like he's more comfortable as a leader. So hopefully that, leads to, production on the field. But I think you always need more than one, right? And obviously if you have, multiple, and I guess you could throw Jamari Butler in there and all different guys, James Williams, on third down. I look at the jack position as an outside rusher on third down as well. If you could get, MJ and then Princewell, and then obviously with James Williams, and I guess if Jamari Butler as well, and then multitude of guys, Willis McGahee IV, then you're able to continue to roll line different body types and linemen in there. And then obviously it allows, Tony White to do his thing. So that's a huge position. It's a playmaking position.
And it hasn't been recently. It needs to be.
And you got to get in order to make plays, you got to get in those positions. That means we got to be obviously more efficient and take advantage of getting in the red zone and scoring opportunities on offense. We got to play complementary football in all three phases. And then when we get a chance to get off the field in a series or two before what I call money time, meaning we need to get hits on the quarterback, getting them off the spot, potentially a sack or an interception or whatever. You got to do that, because what you do early in the, let's say, fourth quarter or early in the second quarter going into halftime leads to success late in the half or late in the game, and more opportunities where you can really, really be aggressive and be calculated on your risk that you take defensively, and every defensive coordinator likes it. So yeah, I like those positions. And then we got a text line here. Number one, my man Al says that Iowa State game is big for Iowa this year. Essentially, fans are split on Kirk and his offense. Losing the Cyclones could speed up the retirement talk quickly. Dang, it's like, for what have you done for me lately? And then from Huskers P, he says, no, I noticed no talk of Thompson from Syracuse. You know what? I stand corrected. I think he came in, needed to get in kind of Nebraska shape. I think he's done that. And then if he can continue to get familiar of being the player that they probably hoped he was in Lancaster County versus Syracuse, New York, that not only adds depth, but then it also adds a potential guy that started before that you won't have a drop off. So everybody needs to step up as we get closer to the season, or we are very close to the season, and pull their weight.
3 important transfers, I think, have all gotten better reviews later and later into fall camp. Micah Mazuka, right, was, he's not living up to standards in spring. He's got their probable start at right guard. Hearing better things about Dante Dowdell and Stephon Thompson seems to be on track for what they expected.
Yeah. I mean,
why would it take them that long to acclimate as upperclassmen that have been around, some pretty good programs before? Are you surprised it took them that long? What do you think?
It's different. That? I mean, the things that you do differently. It's just
the verbiage. The verbiage was a real issue coming from offenses that don't necessarily communicate the way Satterfield is and planning to do. And then remember, you got a new gunslinger, and where he wants you and needs you to be offensively, how he throws behind his offensive lineman, what windows are going to be open, what angles is he have to throw at based on the route combinations in play. Yeah, 2 of those dudes really need to pay attention to what's going on. It was going to take them a while. As a matter of fact, I think I would circle. You hope that week 2 is where it starts to really see them at their best, because it's going to take them a while just to get used to it. Yeah,
you got to get in sync. I think when you're in this transfer portal, like you're getting calls and stuff for what you do at said school. I talked about this with O'Shawn, and so even though you're a really good, I would say it's tangible. That means we can get on the internet and we can watch it. We can get tape of you playing Power 5 football. Obviously, in this case, the biggest thing that needs to happen is you got to look at, okay, well, how did the tenure end? Right? I think Stephon was hurt at Syracuse, so then you're probably in rehab mode. You didn't get to play in the bowl game where they got embarrassed, but he didn't get all those practices. And then you come here and you got to think school starts a lot later than when I was in college. We're right after New Year's. They're almost at the end of January. That's a lot of time off. Then you got to get into a more intense weight program with guys that are ahead of you because they were here last year. So, and then also, you got to get used to Nebraska does a great job. Big shout out to Dennis LeBlanc and Keith Zimmer. They do a great job of academics over there and holding guys accountable, along with like the coaching staff supporting it. So now you got to do that. And then the pressure of being the new kid, even though you've played, not every 5-7 team has 5-7 talent. So you could show up places and there'll be some guys that could play. Then you got to catch up. Then, here comes spring ball. So you're playing catch up. Then finally you're able to gain some ground. And then now you're in consistent and constant football mode. And then that's how they're able to show, at least in my opinion, how they're able to show some progress.
Their role for Genatone as inside backer this year? See your way? What do you think?
It's probably it's. I mean, special teams would be key because I know he can run because he almost won the 100
sprints. Yeah.
and there was some guys that could roll back then. So he's a hellified athlete. It's probably a little bit of a step up coming from Montana. Not as big as people perceive. I just think he needs to get used to playing in this type of system, which is drastically different. You can't get away with some of the stuff maybe than before. But you know what? Look, if I was talking to him, I said, listen, no, don't look no further than number 52. You be the guy on special teams, make some plays. All of a sudden, we got to start putting them in the game. And I think young kids, and we got a couple minutes. Young kids. I mean, for people out there, I know that there's a video of Warren Sapp talking about him being on practice team before he came in as a tight end. And we got a little bit of a trivia question there to give out some tickets to the autograph sign on February 6th, but that has to do with that. If you think that you're not going to put your time in and being on a practice squad or run down on the special teams, I'm just telling you right now. From Grant Wisham being on special teams, I think there's the poster around here when we played at home, and the front line was this. It was Jay Foreman, Grant Wisham, Phil Ellis, Doug Coleman, and I think Clester was on the front line. Clester could probably clarify when he's on W2. That's 5 starters in the front line on kickoff return. And then everybody else was, because we had our 2 starting, running backs and all that. So you got to play, but that's how you have to earn your stripes if you want more playing time, if you're not starting. Because if you can't play, let's just say 12 plays without a lot of thinking, there's not, you got to read the kickoff and, return and see, but you're not doing a lot of checks, and you're not worrying about a blindside blitz or a cat blitz, or, you don't have to cover a slot receiver, then come down and fill and run and take on a guard, even though you are running into a high speed chasing into a head-on collision. If you can't do that, or not willing to invest in that as a special teams player, when you haven't earned the starting spot yet, you're sadly mistaken. Because then I'll play devil's advocate. Let's just say that you are the player that you think that you are, right? And you pan out to be a good player in college, and you get either drafted or get an opportunity to go to the NFL. The first thing that you're going to be doing in order to make that team, and just not make a team, to even get considered to be even on the practice squad, or get it to what we're about to watch tonight is week 3, which is I call it the sphincter muscle week. Sphincter muscle week, because that's when your butt's puckered up tight, because every play counts, right? Especially in the games. That's the first place you go. That's the first coach that you have to make sure that's willing to, like Wade Phillips said, pound the table to keep you on the team. Because generally, no matter, unless you're drafted super high, you're not coming right in and starting over anybody at the professional level. So what you're doing now will actually set you up for the future, if you have that. But you're not going to come in. You're not going to go anywhere for going from, essentially, I always say, you're not going to go from prom to prime time. It happens. There's great players. Look, you can always say, well, Randy Moss did. Okay.
There's one.
Randy.
Peyton Manning did. Okay. Well, there's 2 gold jackets. Well, you know what I'll say? Ray Lewis didn't start right away. He played special teams. So okay, then what? He has a gold jacket. Warren Sapp told the story. He was a tight end. Got his butt kicked every day. He took the opportunity because he wanted to go to defensive tackle. It worked out well for him. But he played and redshirted and put in his time. So all that matters. But yes, for him, I think I always say, look, man, go out there and knock some people out on special and make some big plays. Own the crowd, then you will own the coach's eyes. So anyways, we're going to take a quick segment, come back, or a quick break, come back. Next segment, we're going to talk about this week 3 in the NFL preseason.
Hey, man, trades already happening.
I know. We're going to talk about that.
They wilded in the streets.
I know. And then here's what DP did. He sent me about the dude that I thought actually was going to be a good compliment to McLaurin. And then they sent him up to Philly. Hey, listen, they traded him to a place that he don't have a chance in hell playing. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? First of all, I know Dotson been out in Chocolate City too much, because he got an afro and his lip is getting black. So I know what he's doing down there.
Yep.
He's doing too much.
Yep.
And they said, you know what, you're doing too much, so we're gonna get you out of here real quick. Anyways, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone here, and I'm really excited about going to this Saturday's car show at Honda of Lincoln. Here with me to tell you all about it is Andy Goodyear. Andy, I believe this is year 4 of this amazing show. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, this is our 4th year, and we are so excited. We call it the Power of Dreams, and we have all makes and models, from classic cars to late model vehicles.
Well, since you're a Honda dealer, Andy, do you lean towards Hondas?
We love seeing what people have done to Hondas and Acuras, but it's really opened up to all makes and models.
So what's the time and the cost of the showing?
It's from 11:30 to 3, and it's just $5 to enter your vehicle into the show, and the attendance is free to the public.
Can people see and drive the all-new electric Honda Prologue?
They sure can, Charlie. We have several here. We'll have them all opened up for people to look at and test drive.
We'll see you this Saturday at Honda of Lincoln, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250-plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you a healthy non-smoker? Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, is seeking people like you, 19 to 64 years old with excess weight, to take part in a research study. You could earn up to $22,500 for participation. This study includes 1 10-night stay, 5 2-night stays, 1 1-night stay, and 17 returns. Learn more at helpresearch.com/dub or call 8662-13-2965.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second segment, 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. A little NFL talk. It's preseason games tonight. You got Chicago and Kansas City. And then who else we got, Austin? I know that I just looked at it.
Bengals Colts.
Bengals Colts. Ooh.
Boys are ready this time.
Yeah, we'll see how that. We'll see if there's any pour over from practice to the game from Mr. Richardson.
I've been a little discouraged by the Colts in preseason. And then Ted Nguyen with The Athletic says, watch out. Shane Steichen is the guy to unlock Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor together. I'm all the way back in. Boys are fine. We're good.
It'll be interesting,
Let's
though.
go.
I mean, sometimes you can't put a lot of stock into the joint practices, but the fact that Nebraska's own Cam Taylor-Britt and a host of other players, Wilson, their linebacker, and a plethora of players were literally ribbing Richardson that he was holding on the ball too long. Then he tried to run it, and then they said, that's all you can do, bro. Now, I will tell you, listen, 250 pounds, running a 4.4, coming straight at you, Cam Taylor-Britt. Yeah, be careful what you ask for, bro. I know you that like to stick your little nose in there. He'll put you on injury reserve if you kind of, test this gangster. But anyways, other NFL news is the Commanders, I almost called them the Redskins, traded a former first-round pick and a recent first-round pick and a fifth-round pick, Mr. Dotson from Penn State, who I originally thought was going to be a good compliment to Terry McLaurin. But things have changed, especially when Eric Bieniemy was our offensive coordinator. Traded him to, and this very rarely happens, interdivision trade to Philly. And I think they got 2 fifth-round picks back. That means they just wanted you gone.
We don't care.
Yeah. Just give us anything. Just take him.
They had a yard sale for a first-round pick.
Now, this is where you know it's not production because he had 40-some-odd catches, 518 yards, and 4 TDs last year. So it's not a production. That's not a production. Because if you're picking number 2, your offense was garbage. You fired your coach and your offensive coordinator, just didn't work. So production was there. And they had a tremendous turnstile quarterback. So it's either a salary cap issue, which he's still on his rookie deal. And he wasn't really a top 10 pick, or it's a locker room issue. And so, but for him, on the surface, you're probably going to a playoff team.
Yep.
The problem is you're not going to get nearly as many targets as you got last year with the Commanders, and you got beat out by former Nebraska and was it Louisville and Rice, quarterback receiver Luke McCaffrey.
Well, I mean, the numbers mean whatever you want the numbers to mean. He's going to go to Philly and he's going to face nickel cornerbacks now.
Yeah, he's going
he's getting dime cornerbacks now.
And
man
the fourth quarter.
Man coverage, he's getting the worst defensive back on the field. So from a production standpoint, it's a big difference in seeing cornerback number 2.
Yeah.
Like he's going out there and he's running against a linebacker in motion. Like he coming in motion.
We can run with him a little bit.
You got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith already there. So, yes, he's wide receiver 3.
But you're option 8.
But you're potentially option 8. How often is Philly going to run 3 receivers?
A lot. Now, they will be. They'll be an 11 personnel.
In the East.
In that case, I like it. pretty cheap, all things considered. I mean, I know it's, draft picks. They weren't great draft picks necessarily. Washington gets a little bit of boost. Philly takes a flyer on a guy who, like I said, production's been there.
Yeah.
I don't, again, it doesn't seem like it was anything big or glaring with the personality.
2.5 catches a game in a
17-game season.
17-game season.
50 catches?
He's got to really clean up in the games that they're beating people bad. That's where, because he's going to want to parlay this opportunity, especially if they go to the playoffs, to a 2 or 3 year contract next year in the offseason.
Is he an overqualified wide receiver 3? Is he just a fine wide receiver 3? Where does, is this the best big 3 of receivers in the NFL
Look,
now?
somebody from that's sitting here said that this dude wasn't going to be 1A. He wasn't going to be 1A, and I wasn't sure he was going to be number 2, especially with who was available in the draft at that time, at that position. And that pressure, that conversation happened in D.C. a lot because those people in D.C. were ready to buy Olave jerseys. They were ready to see even a bad quarterback playing with McLaurin and
Hi, mom and dad, by the way.
Right.
I DP was 100% right about him. I thought he would be a good number 2. I felt like his game, because he made a living on, intermediate routes, being physical, 50-50 balls at Penn State. So I figured, hey, look, man, if he can do that, and he's a big guy too, and he ran better than people thought that he would have at the combine. I know he battled some, kind of knick-knack injuries early, so that affects the receiver, obviously a lot more than linebacker just because you're sprinting all the time. But he had a good year last year. I think the Commanders are like, okay, this is the first draft of the new regime, new head coach and everything. Let's work him in. He's probably a better blocker than obviously, or more willing blocker than Dotson. He had a good year last year. Let's sell while the stock is high, or higher we perceive it. So a little bit of probably previous regime buyer's remorse, but at the end of the day, it's an investment into their future in Luke McCaffrey. So you got to give him credit that he had to, beat him out in the second preseason game to make him expend.
That is hilarious to hear somebody say out loud.
Yeah, I snuck it in there the first time.
That a round 1 receiver got beat up by Luke McCaffrey.
Hey, but listen,
Luke
McCaffrey though at Rice he did good. He did good.
I mean, we knew,
but he's not. I still would have rolled with Dotson and still let Luke McCaffrey, because I don't think what you got for him now you couldn't get in the offseason if he had the same production. It'll be interesting.
Like, that is a hardcore boy buy.
Well, I think it more has to do with this is their first draft. They're choosing.
Well, they're a little mad.
They can't get rid of McLaurin.
They're a little mad. They're a little mad.
They probably view Dotson as a. I don't know what they're thinking.
Well,
I would have kept him. I mean, it would be hard for me to trade.
You didn't know what he was, but he wasn't what you thought he was going to be at the same time.
Right, and plus you gave him in the offseason, you gave him several opportunities to improve his stock, to increase his stock. Didn't do it. You gave him several opportunities to work with him. Imagine that Terry McLaurin doesn't co-sign for you. Like, there
had to be something there, because the production was there. It's not like he got into any off the field trouble, and kind of got himself, cut. I think what they're saying, and this is just from seeing it in various, times in my NFL career, and maybe being, part of the, conversation, is if there's not much difference between the veteran, and he's a young veteran, and the rookie, and this guy's a first round pick where the expectations are you need to be a dude, and you can be a dude as number 2 because Philly has 2 dudes, then we might as well just go with the rookie.
Well, but you can see Luke McCaffrey returning kicks for Washington.
You can see him doing everything.
Right. Like, you can see him being a factor. And if you're going to run it, you're not going to line him up at the 2A. Then option route, intermediate receivers, we can see why Luke would be a better choice and equal choice.
And you can volume him.
Yeah.
Because, get him in there and match up on a linebacker. He is physical enough, or at least it's shown at Rice that he can break some tackles, and we know he has speed. So that, so I think it's in their mind, he's a better all-around player. They mentioned special teams. They mentioned his, blocking ability or willingness to block. That's another little tidbit for you skill players out there. Look, special teams or not, if you're an offensive, receiver, tight end, you better learn how and better invest in blocking. It's not just a exercise as you go through and just waste time until you get some more passes. So but if I'm McLaurin's or not McLaurin's, if I'm Dotson's agent, I would say, look, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I would show him these are because I'd look at Jerry Jeudy, right, who struggled.
Chris
He got
Carter. There are a bunch of guys that didn't get it going their first spot.
But recently, Jerry Jeudy,
Yeah.
there's had a little rough time there in Denver, and then obviously, look, he found a place. Multiple guys are able to resurrect their career, and especially you're in a more high-powered offense. And like DP said, he's going against the third cornerback at best, fourth probably is normal because they're going to have a safety or corner or their third corner to go against my man, big number 88 is Goddard because he's a matchup problem. Now you can't have a corner against him, but then that means you're going to have a different body type going against Dotson if they go 3 wides and 11 personnel.
Which of these is most likely if Dotson doesn't dominate as wide receiver 3? Philly didn't use him, Jalen Hurts missed him, or he's just not that good?
Well, Penn State and Indy fans will tell you he's good enough.
Well, I know he's good, but
it probably Philly
relative
didn't
to
use
the
him.
level.
He's behind the 8 ball because he's going to a offense that's a veteran offense. They're established, right? He hasn't been there the whole offseason.
He's the new guy.
He's the new guy. There's a game essentially in like 10 days. And there's guys that, even though you're projected to be the number 3, aren't going to just roll over. And you got to come in and get a rapport with Jalen Hurts. In a high-pressure year, you got to think Kellen Moore is the OC. Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, no matter, I know they're doing the company line, they do not like each other. And also, Jalen Hurts is, oddly enough, being questioned whether he's a franchise quarterback, even though he just re-upped a couple years ago and got a huge contract. So you got to think he's in the back of his mind, consciously or subconsciously, is going to play to, make sure that he's highlighted. So you better get in there and show your work ethic. And if I was him and if I was his agent, I would keep talking to him about those last 4 words: blocking and special teams versatility. In that article, because that'll get you paid, but that'll get you opportunities. If that's the way you got to do, that's what you got to do to stick. Eventually, somebody's going to get hurt, and then you get in there and really do what you need to do. It pays off in the future.
Opportunity is good. It's a win-win.
Everybody,
in my mind, you did the thing that you want to do if you're Washington, and you found an excuse and you got something back in return. Philly got another exceptional option and opportunity,
right?
But it doesn't mean like they expected him to catch 60 balls.
There is cliff notes in there,
yeah, because I'm not sure there's I'm not sure there's 60
Yeah.
balls for him to catch in Philly. Because if he does, either things have gone remarkably well or terribly bad.
And also, if it's up to his agent, if he's able to produce, say, like 2 catches a game, and he's explosive, now his agent has to go sell that to a team to where he can play, be marketed as a full-time starter. So the emphasis on numbers is more the production and not the numbers. What it looks like. What else are you doing?
Well, and what you want from him.
And also, like you said, what has he done that's different, either in the locker room, meeting rooms, classrooms, on the field, that's different than in a positive way, and whatever his weaknesses were in Washington. If he does that, he's going to, it's not a talent thing. It's not he's not too old. He's not like Jerry Rice being 40 years old. He definitely is going to have another opportunity to fulfill some of his potential.
Close to home.
Yeah.
He's close to home.
And that might be all he needs. And oddly enough, DP, whether they're the old Redskins Washington football team and now the Commanders, the very few times they actually have traded players and done them a solid. So big shout out to them. Maybe they learned something from Bob Myers coming in there and teaching them how to be championship mentality. So we're going to take a quick break, come back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Attention! For a limited time, Acres is offering 1.9% for 60 months on remaining 22 and 23 John Deere combines. This extraordinary low interest rate, along with Acres' discounted pricing, allows you to upgrade your equipment before harvest and lock in incredible savings. And with Acres' A-plus support package included, you'll be up and running throughout the harvest season. Act now. This special rate won't last long. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Are you a healthy non-smoker? Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, is seeking people like you, 19 to 64 years old with excess weight, to take part in a research study. You could earn up to $22,500 for participation. This study includes 1 10-night stay, 5 2-night stays, 1 1-night stay, and 17 returns. Learn more at helpresearch.com/dub or call 8662-13-2965.
IT issues wreaking havoc on your day? It's time to hire the experts. It's time to hire Hamilton. When it comes to your business, you don't have time to worry about network security, data backup, and protection, or support when devices slow down or stop working. At Hamilton, we ensure that your technology is up to speed and works as hard as you do. Don't let IT issues slow you down. You deserve better. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Our lives only have so much time. But if you smoke, you have less. Your life could be 10 years shorter. And the time you do have is often filled with health problems. Shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers. Strike three, you're out! Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Quick segment before we put a bow on this Thursday. Austin, in about an hour, the Colts are going to play. What are your expectations for Anthony Richardson?
My expectation is more of the same. Little boom, little bust. I don't know what. Does he play full half?
Depends on what the first couple series look like.
I think if the first couple series show good process, even if not great results, he's probably done after the first 2 or 3. If he's really rolling, maybe you'll leave him in there for another drive or two in the second quarter. Maybe bring him back out to start the second half just for kicks. But, I don't want to see him kill anyone in, running him over in preseason.
Yeah.
Save that boom for the regular season. Don't get yourself hurt. I'm curious about A.D. Mitchell. It's been kind of boomer bust for him in preseason. Alec Pierce, same kind of guy. I was really high on him coming out of Cincinnati. The deep ball, I think, is going to unlock a lot. I think teams are worried about Jonathan Taylor. I think they're going to try to make Richardson beat them in kind of the intermediate stuff, right? He's fine with the swing stuff. Taylor's still not a great receiving back. Richardson's got a huge arm deep.
Yeah.
I want to see him utilize that. But really, I think Pittman in that kind of 12 to 17 in the tight ends are where I think the Colts want to get Anthony Richardson more consistent.
I like that. I think the thing.
Who are you talking about?
What? I think the one thing that he could do, if he's able to be strategic about when he breaks the pocket, he thinks running first. If you take a little bit of a page out of when Russell Wilson was really rolling, is look to throw deep, because that's the hardest route to cover, is when you have to blanket somebody when the quarterback breaks the pocket. So whether it's the next guy that has the outside leverage or the flat or contain, and there's possibly somebody in his zone, it becomes easier throws because guys come a little bit more wide open if the defense doesn't plaster good enough.
And I think him and Pittman have that kind of chemistry on those broken plays, right? You think about, Mahomes and Hill and, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, when the quarterback does roll that far and it's not broken, but kind of extended play.
Yeah.
I think he and Pittman have that connection. I want to see Josh Downs get involved in that, right? A smaller guy.
He was cold-blooded in college, man.
Josh Downs is that dude. Keep those ankles healthy, he's that dude.
He was cold-blooded at North Carolina. Again, it's hard for receivers that when they get those, not a full sprained ankle, but those little kind of in between. And then if you're not able to get fully healthy, it affects you, 6-7 weeks into your season, especially when you have turnover at the quarterback position. And then you don't have, more importantly, you don't get the continuity and rhythm. And that's one thing Rodgers and Devontae Adams has always had right from the beginning, along with a plethora of other receivers. So we'll see. The Colts will be on in tonight. That's it for old school. We got WTF next, Cluster and Strick, and then ticket weeknights after that, man. So we'll holler at you tomorrow. 1 day closer, I think. Are we in single digits now before the game?
9 days.
We are. Yeah, 9 days. So there it is. It's on and popping. Again, Saturday we got college football and we got football tonight. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll holler at you.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Are you a healthy non-smoker? Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research